Matt, quit playing with your boner.
No.
Welcome to the Horrormongers.
Yes.
We're back.
You can't get rid of us no matter how hard you try.
Nope.
Despite all the hate mail.
All the hate mail we get.
Yeah.
So much. We get so much mail in general. Like, stop sending us stuff, guys.
It's ridiculous.
Like physical mail.
Yeah.
It's just all anthrax. Anyway. So, this week we are doing The Mist.
That's right.
Yeah, literally, you know how we said we gave you like 4...
Yeah, we did none of those things.
Yeah.
4 potential movie ideas. We're like, well, screw it. We'll just come up with on the fly. And The Mist is the one we chose.
Yeah.
Matt texted us randomly. He's like, hey, what was that movie with the fucked up ending? And we're like, The Mist? He's like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And I'm like...
Yeah. I was at the library, and I'm like, what movie were you guys talking about?
The Mist.
The Mist.
Yeah.
The worst setting on a windshield wiper because it's never enough. So we're gonna do The Mist. We're gonna do something a little different than we normally do. We were talking about it. I'm not, and I'll maybe make a post to ask you what you guys prefer. But we're not gonna go like a play-by-play on the movie. We're just gonna go in order of like significant events and talk about them. Because we feel like it could be a little boring, literally just talking about a movie out loud, narrating it.
Yeah.
So we'll just go play by play, and we'll just talk about some big things that we wrote notes on, and just talk about the movie in general.
Yeah, we're not going to totally ruin the movie.
Yeah, we don't need to narrate the movie. We're not books on tape.
Oh, we're going to talk about the ending of this movie.
Oh, yeah,
that's
definitely.
why
The ending's the best.
You said we're not going to ruin it. The
We're
ending's the reason we
totally
watched
gonna
this
ruin
movie.
it.
Yeah. Well, we'll still
We're totally gonna
ruin it.
ruin it.
So
Roll
yeah,
the shit out of it.
if you haven't seen the movie, stop the episode. If you're watching,
Watch the
I assume
episode.
you're
No one's watching.
Watch the movie. It's a great movie.
No, yeah, watch the movie first because you don't want us to spoil it for you.
I'll also do a spoiler warning. So actually, we won't spoil the ending. No, we probably will.
We're gonna spoil the ending.
Well, I know, but I was gonna say not until the end. But I mean, Matt will probably blur it out right away.
Logan dies at the end.
He does.
So we're gonna do our segment called News, Not Nudes, and we have some news this week.
And some nudes.
A few nudes.
Always nudes.
I'm going to get naked.
Who wants to go first? Okay, the silence tells me that I'm going first. So I was Googling, the old Google machine, and I found out there's a new series coming to AMC. It's called Nos 4A2.
Yep.
It's spelled Nos for number
exactly
4
Yeah,
A2.
the Joe Hill novel.
You know of this novel?
Joe Hill, Stephen King's son.
Oh, that's right. You talk about how much you love him for some reason. Like you stalk him or something.
Joe Hill did the Lock and Key series.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they're doing a series on AMC.
Yeah, I heard that they were going to do that.
2nd is what it said.
In fact, that was a book that
Yeah.
I think that's a book that we should do for the thing because
Maybe.
apparently that's a
the
well-known book.
Preview they showed me, because I looked at the preview, I wasn't impressed with it, but they didn't show much. I mean, it didn't look very interesting. The show, the book might be great. I mean, think about how many times a show or movie has been terrible, but the book has been great. But like the preview they showed, the preview they showed just didn't look amazing to me. Like it kind of looked, I mean, I'll give it a shot, but it's, I mean, AMC doing another horror series. They did. I think they did The Killing originally. You know what that is? The Killing is
fucked up the microphone.
Yeah.
It was about to fall off. I was worried about it.
Okay. The Killing, for those who don't know, it's about like a serial killer or something like that. And they're trying to figure out who killed this girl or something. It was originally AMC, I think.
That's weird. I didn't think there would be killing at all in it.
No, I think there's like one kill. Oh, I don't know. But then I went to Netflix. Like Netflix took like a season or two and they made their own. You know how Netflix is basically like the graveyard for shows.
Yeah.
Like your show gets canceled. Netflix like, we'll pay nothing for it, and we'll.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good sometimes. Fuller House, right? People like that movie show. You watched it. I don't know.
Apparently, they sacked that one chick that was trying to get her kids into college.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name?
Who the fuck
Aunt
cares?
Becky? Was it
Yeah,
Aunt Becky?
I think so.
I guess I don't
It's been
watch.
so long since I've seen this show, and I definitely haven't watched the reboot.
Sure, you have. So Nosferatu.
Yeah, that's definitely a book that's on my list of novels I want to read.
Well, it's gonna be a show, so just watch the show and pretend you read the book.
Okay.
There you go. Like we do with our literary society.
We never.
I'll watch it and pretend that there was never a book. Then I surprise later. What?
So yeah, that's number one I got. Matt, do you have anything? And I got other stuff.
Well, there is. This is something I'm excited about. There's a '80s horror movie documentary coming out.
Whoop, whoop.
It's going to be called "In Search of Darkness."
Where's that?
Go on.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And it's just called "In
That's
Search of
it.
Darkness."
That's the news.
And
In search of doc.
And it's about. And don't
it's-
tell me it's just about 80s movies.
It is. Yeah, it's about '80s
Okay.
horror movies.
You got a little something else to.
I'm clicking on the
Oh my
link
God.
right now.
Right now, looking it up.
I am right now looking it up.
Matt just found this article.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, here's something."
Fine, I guess I'll go next since I've done my research.
Oh, it's called "In Search of Darkness: A Journey into Iconic '80s Horror."
All right.
That explains it.
What iconic 80s horror is there? Like
Slashers.
iconic.
I mean, 80s were big for slashers.
They were, but was
I
that?
think we would know.
Yeah, but nothing iconic started in the 80s. Like it's all like leftover from the 70s. When was the first? Was Friday the 13th 81? Never mind.
1980.
Yeah, Friday the 13th was the only.
Yeah, I mean, there were some big.
but not like a big, not a lot of iconic slashers.
Jason,
Friday the 13th, okay, one.
Freddy, Chucky, Pinhead, pretty much everyone but Michael Myers was
Texas
1978, and Leatherface was 74.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I know 80s is known for slashers, but I just
Texas
for some reason,
Chainsaw 2 was released in the 80s.
That's true. I don't know. I just don't think
Dennis
of
Hopper.
I just don't think of the. Like, I think of the 80s as slasher central. Like we talked about that several times on our show. Like, yeah, it's so 80s, the slasher. But like,
Yeah, we love slashers.
I for some reason I didn't think that a lot of iconic like slashers started in the 80s. But I guess Chucky definitely was.
Yeah. I call them the big
the
six.
Fang.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to slashers, but two of them started in the 70s, but then a bulk of the Halloween series was
for
in
some
the 80s.
reason I forgot until I thought about it. I thought Friday the 13th was like 78, but I remember I'm like, wait a second, no, it's 80,
it was
81.
80, and then 2 was 81, and then 3 was 82, and then
yeah, and you can tell like after it's not so good. So it's a documentary on these like
all
horror.
like the '80s iconic '80s horror
Could be
movies.
interesting. I mean, I like documentaries.
I think they're pretty good.
Cool.
All right, so if you remember, we kind of talked about Bird Box before, which was a Netflix horror movie with Sandra Bullock. Well, Matt liked it.
I loved it. No,
Matt loved it. He says it's must watch. I don't remember.
I've
my
been
most
talking-
watch of 2018.
I've been talking to more people about that, and they're like, that movie was terrible.
Thank you. It just always turns out I'm vindicated in the end.
Everyone keeps calling it a chick flick.
Kind of is.
I mean, it's got Sandy B in it.
Yeah, and it's kind of about like her romance. She get anyway. Netflix.
I like Sandy B though.
I do too, just not in that movie. So Netflix is going to do it again. They're like, yeah, we'll make another horror movie. So you know how people gave this like Bird Box, like, oh, it's a ripoff of The Quiet Place, right? It really wasn't, but people were saying that. Kind of. Well, Netflix listened, and they're like, you want us to rip off The Quiet Place? We'll rip off The Quiet Place.
Did they really?
There's a
What
new
are they
movie
doing?
called Silence.
No.
Where monsters hunt you by sound.
No.
Yes. And the main character, it's a little different. The main character is a deaf girl. So they're taking two, Dead Silence and Quiet Place, and they put it together. Yep.
Ripping off 2 movies.
Yep. So yeah, that's all I know about it. It's going to be released soon. So they're
my
like,
God.
they double down and like, yeah, we'll just full on rip off Quiet Place. Fine.
Well, let's do a whole episode on that and just like
Shit on it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably will when it comes out. We all have Netflix. I'm not sure when it comes out. I just heard about it. I think today or yesterday. I heard the news. So, give it a watch. I mean, I'll give it a watch. I mean, I still haven't seen Velvet Buzzsaw, which is another like.
I heard it was kind of shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was. You know how I feel about artsy horror movies. So.
Yeah.
It's a little,
It looked interesting, but yeah, it looked kind of artsy. I mean, it's about art too.
yeah.
So,
Well, I don't hate art. I hate pretentious.
yeah, it seemed. It had an interesting plot, like the arts coming to life and stuff, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Something like that.
I just know it was big when it.
That was neat. I don't know.
I mean, I'd give it a shot. Got anything else news wise?
Not really.
Oh, Ash was
Oh, yeah.
officially announced for Dead by Daylight.
We need to play that like sometime.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would love to. I've got it.
It's been out
For the PlayStation
a while.
4.
Yeah,
I wonder if they'd want if we could like stream it, like or like,
should be able to.
video, like us playing it, and
Yeah.
show
Should
be
how
able
we
to.
reacted.
The only problem is somebody. I'm not going to mention names. Oh God, my allergies are bad. Somebody doesn't have a live account.
Oh, I don't. I'm not paying money for that shit.
Jesus. I currently don't have an active one, but I can reactivate it.
No, like for real?
My 1 year.
So I don't ever see you on?
Yeah, my 1 year. My 1 year got like canceled. You know, they have 1 year at a time. I got a new credit card, and they're like, 1 year, 1 year. I'm like, I'm not gonna put new information. Fuck you. I'm not putting in new information.
Was it like $60 or something?
I can't remember how much it is per year, but yeah, it's too expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's less than Xbox though.
Yeah, maybe. But we might. But, I mean, if we do, like when we do the Dead by Daylight, I'll definitely re-up it and we can stream. That might be something fun for more content because we're really trying to do more content.
We are.
We have like another little clip that should be coming out and stuff. We're
gonna have content called Nudes Not News.
I think we should just look up some nudes right now. We're not very on the news this week.
I was going to mention though, Bruce Campbell actually did a video for that announcing it because he retired from the role.
Yeah,
as Ash. He officially retired
after Ash vs. Evil Dead.
But then afterwards, he announced he's going to be playing Ash in this game. So, and you can actually play as Ash.
Yeah.
I guess as a hero. I've never actually played the game, but I'm guessing you fight against.
Yeah, one person is a villain. There's random.
One person's a villain. Okay.
It's basically like the Friday the 13th game, but instead of just Jason, like there's a bunch of like horror, and there's a lot of maps and stuff. So.
Well, I'm guessing you get to play him as a hero of some sort.
That makes sense.
So that sounds awesome.
That'd be cool if you could play as a Deadite, as like one of the villains.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you can just like every time your Deadite dies, you can repossess another one or something like that.
Oh man!
Or you can play as Mist, which is the movie we're doing.
Yeah,
I got one more piece of news. Lords of Chaos. That movie was released.
Oh yeah, when's that coming out?
It's already out, as far as I know.
In theater?
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
really?
I do want to go see that.
It's about a black metal group with Mayhem.
Yeah.
In the early '90s in the UK.
I think they started in the late '80s. So I don't know much about Mayhem, but yeah, they were like one of the big black metal groups that kind of like started the genre.
Yeah,
they started.
They legit burned down churches. I mean, they were satanic.
Yeah,
and
I know that's one of the big pushes, like where people are saying like so and so is satanic. Marilyn Manson was like one of the reasons he got such pushback.
It's because he was more mainstream.
Yeah. But like it was like a big thing, like people were freaking out, you know. They call it pearl clutching, but I mean, in this case, they actually have some of a point, as far as I know.
Yeah, but what's cool, what they did was fucked up, but they lived up to what they were about. I mean, they actually, they did shit. Like I said, they burned down churches.
So what you're saying on camera and on this thing is you endorsed burning down churches. It's really insensitive in light of news.
But one of the things, they were really like,
and Hitler's Youth.
This sounds weird saying that, but they were like, they were punk rock of that genre. I mean, they really lived up to it, like I said. But one of their main, their front man, I think it was their original front man. His name was Dead.
Oh, good name.
Yeah. If I'm getting that right. I'm not looking anything up.
He
actually ended up killing himself. I think he shot himself in the head.
I know one of them did, because my cousin's husband was talking about this.
It was him. They actually used the photograph from that when they found him. They took a photograph and they used that for their next album cover.
Huh.
So one of their album covers is legit a dead body.
All right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, so apparently I guess it's considered a horror movie. I don't know if it's a you would know more than I would. Is it considered a documentary?
I think it's one of those.
Was it like...
It's a biopic
It's a biopic.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I for the longest time thought it was pronounced biopic. Yeah. I just found out it's biopic. Well,
taking a biopsy of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's a biopic. Like, I thought like, like you're literally like dissecting someone's life, so it's a biopic. I think it's a better. We should start a movement where we just call it biopic instead of biopic.
Oh yeah,
doesn't it sound better? Biopic.
Yeah, did you find it?
Yeah, the album cover he was talking about.
It's actually
that's fucked up.
Like he blew his head off.
Kind of regret looking at that.
Yep,
Tim,
shotgun right there.
Our editor, if you see this, look up that image and flash it on the screen for our viewers. Don't do it, actually, because I'm pretty sure we'd be flagged.
It's pretty gruesome.
It's pretty gruesome. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Anyway. So there's no more news? No more news you guys want to talk about? Us? I can bash on us for 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, let's leave that for later.
Yeah,
we're going to try to watch us so they can bash it. Although, like, Although our producer, Tim, he's like, I don't want to watch it with you because you're going to shit all over it. I'm like, you bet I am. I'll give it a fair shake, but I'm going to shake it like a newborn baby.
You should watch it, like, once it comes out.
We should watch Get Out first.
You should, yeah, I mean, like, once it comes out on DVD or something.
I'm not going to wait that long.
We should have you sitting on the toilet watching it and just angrily, like, just diarrhea shitting during the movie. Like, every time you get more angry, it's just like...
This isn't really horror news, but it kind of is. Did you hear about, like, it's a little political, so we'll keep it neutral so we don't get too spicy political-wise. But it's about Jordan Peele. He was talking about the movie.
Oh, he said he would never cast a
white person
as a lead role.
Yeah.
He
said that?
Yeah, he said he only wants black leads.
Which I get.
I do.
Yeah.
Because I think he said because I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Because most...
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've seen Medina or whatever it's called, Tyler Perry's movies. Yeah. They're all the same, let's get real.
Most horror movies, it's like you get one token black person in the movie. It's all white.
I get it. Yeah, for horror especially, I get it. I don't think he was trying to be racist, but I get both sides of the argument because you have like a backlash saying, "Oh my god," but at the same time, I get what he's saying. I mean, he's a black producer that's in a position of power. If he wants to do that, that's fine. Mm. But at the same time, I think maybe if a white producer does it, then let them do it. Then
Yeah.
I mean, it's only fair, right? Turnabout. I support Jordan Peele. I mean, I told you I hate the guy now because I thought Get Out was a terrible movie, but I liked him in Key and Peele, and I'm gonna give Us a shot. But
and Twilight Zone comes out on Monday.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So
after hearing it's just a reboot, I'm just like,
I may or may not.
I think it is.
I want to see if CBS All Access has like a free. Sometimes they have like a free like month thing. You know, might give it a shot.
Yeah.
It's worth doing a free month.
I'm still interested in watching it.
Or I might get it. I might get it by other means. I'm not saying anything. So
go on.
I did see this one meme when he was talking about he would only cast black people.
Yeah.
And it was like a quote from white people like, well, if you want a black lead, then you should make your own movie. Jordan Peele makes his own movie with a black lead, and all the white people are like, what?
Yeah.
He's actually doing it?
Yeah, like I said, I am 100% behind it. I think he should be able to. Like, I don't know to get like, well, I mean, yeah, let him. But at the same time, I think maybe here's what I say. I say people stop fucking caring about what other people do. Just let him do it.
Yeah.
If he wants to make a movie with all black people, if a guy wants to make a movie with all white people, let him do it. Yeah. As long as it's not overtly racist, who cares?
Well put.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like I said, I don't like Jordan Peele of late, but I'll give him a second chance with Us. But I support his thoughts on that one. I mean, I want to make a movie with all dogs, no humans.
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
as long as none of them die.
That's gonna be hard.
I got bad news for you. This movie's called All Dogs Die.
Oh no!
Wait, all dogs go to heaven?
No dogs go to heaven.
All dogs go to hell.
Which is sad. Another sad thing is you're the voice of the girl in that movie. Like I think she committed suicide. She died like not long after that movie came out.
I was say that was years ago that she died.
Like, yeah.
Really they put her on an album cover.
Jesus.
You ever watch a horror movie and a dog dies and you feel so much more pain than when like any other person you're like, another person died, yay, and the dog dies, you're like, why?
Well, we had a conversation about Hitler's dog. Remember they said the people there said they felt more sadness for the Hitler killed his own dogs before he took his own life than Eva Braun.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because like she killed herself, like, and then the nurses were there to make, and they go, "Oh, we didn't care about her, but the dogs,
don't have a say in that matter.
Exactly,
they don't have a say. They're innocent.
Yeah."
The dogs were bred to be Nazis. They weren't originally Nazis. It's how they're raised.
How they're raised. How dogs are raised.
They can be reformed.
Well, they're put down.
Hey, look at Michael Vick's dogs.
That's a little political. I don't know.
I'm just saying they've adopted them out after they were fighting fighting dogs.
That's true.
I'm sure Nazi dogs can change their views.
Well, I got good news. We'll never know because I'm pretty sure all Nazi dogs are dead. So. All right, you guys want to move on to the movie of the hour?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, there's a movie?
Yeah, we watched a movie.
We're not going to get into nudes?
No, we had news. It's news, not nudes.
Ooh, hey,
Plus, I don't know if YouTube likes nudes.
So, speaking of this movie, I tried to catch Fog the other day.
Speaking?
Missed.
Wait, you tried what?
So I tried to catch fog the other day.
I'm sorry, I ruined your joke. I got it now.
Son of a bitch.
It was like 6 seconds
Son of
too
a
late.
bitch. Wanted me to repeat it. Anyway.
I know you probably thought a lot on that.
So, The Mist is a movie.
It is. That's it.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning
That's
in.
our episode.
Yeah. See you next week.
Okay, so I thought this was really cool. Looking into this movie, it's a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Right
A
there.
short story.
Yeah, a short story.
Directed by
Frank Darabont.
who also did
Shawshank Redemption.
and The Green Mile.
Green Mile and The Mist.
It just so happens that he knows how to do Stephen King movies.
Also, yeah, he's like one of the people that makes the good Stephen King movies.
Yeah.
But he also is one of the original creators of the Walking Dead series.
Like the TV series, or well, that makes sense.
The TV series.
That makes sense because like literally half the cast is in this movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was watching this and I looked him up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a freaking Walking Dead reunion in this movie.
Yeah.
Or pre-union before the...
So we got Laurie Holden in it, who plays Andrea. We have Jeffrey DeMunn, who plays Dale.
Yeah, I did not recognize him. It took me a while because he didn't have his beard. Like, I knew he was in this movie, but like I didn't recognize him at first.
Oh, he did have a beard in that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He didn't have a beard in this movie, so I'm like...
And he wasn't driving a camper. That was
yeah,
weird.
he didn't have a hat or anything. I don't know.
And then Melissa McBride is in it, who's Carol.
Did you, by the way, I don't know if I'll talk about it at the end, but did you notice that she was in the end too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, totally. And then
That's the big twist.
I didn't even look
She's
up.
in it.
I didn't even look up the actor's name or the character, but there's one more person in the movie that's in The Walking Dead.
I'm trying to think.
It was he was in the first season. He's the Hispanic guy who left with his family,
Yeah, I know
who ends up coming back later.
Who was it? I remember
who tried to
seeing-
kill Rick.
Yeah, I remember seeing him.
He was one of the military guys.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Wait.
I think
he gained
that-
a lot of weight?
I think that was him.
Because he didn't... Or you think or you know?
I think that was him. I'm not trying to be racist.
There's only one person who knows this.
Now you're making me feel like I'm racist.
You might be. Sam Witwer, you didn't
think that
mention
was
him
him.
at all.
Who?
Sam Witwer? The main guy, the guy from the military.
His eyebrows pissed me off.
Oh
in
yeah,
that
I didn't
movie.
even know who that was. Apparently, he's like a known actor.
He's a known actor. He's like in a lot of things. He's like one of those that guys. Like he's in a lot. He was the guy on. You ever play The Force Unleashed?
Yes.
He's the model for the main guy.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But he's also in like I think it was in Battlestar Galactica remake. Like
Okay.
the reboot show or whatever.
But also in this movie, got William Sadler,
Yes.
who played Jim. I know him mostly from being. You ever see Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey?
Is that the sequel?
The sequel to
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's
No,
Excellent
I've only
Adventure.
seen Excellent Adventure.
Okay, so in the second movie, they meet the Grim Reaper,
Okay.
and it's played by William Sadler.
Yeah.
And he's actually coming. Oh, here's some news. You know, they're making a third movie,
They are.
and
yeah, I heard about
they
that.
actually got William Sadler to
I mean, it's
reprise his
news,
role
but
in
it's
that.
not like horror news.
No, but he is playing Death. So, also in this movie, we got Marcia Gray Harden,
Don't know
who
who.
plays Miss Carmody. We're going to talk
She's-
about her.
okay,
We're going to talk
What
about
is
her.
she in? 'Cause
yeah.
She's in a
I don't know.
lot-
She's one of those faces.
Yeah.
I even looked it up. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen any of this stuff.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know. She's gonna play a big part. She's kind of like one of the major antagonists.
Yeah.
Of the.
Yeah.
And then there's one more character we didn't mention.
Are you kidding me? There's two more characters. First off.
One of my favorite characters, Toby Jones, who plays Ollie.
Oh my God,
Fucking
Toby Jones.
Ollie was
Ollie.
a hero.
I love Ollie.
I made a note. I said like how I call him Captain Nerd or Mr. Nerd.
I just kept calling him Hobbit the whole time because he's like this tall.
Yeah, I'm like one of the lines I do is I go, hope Mr. Nerd Bag Boy doesn't go crazy and join with a Nazi that has a skull for a head. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
My jokes just go over every time.
Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah.
He is. Oh my
He's in
God.
Captain America?
Yeah, he's one of the main Nazi villains.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a while since I've
Oh my
seen
God, what's his name? I know, I'm a huge superhero nerd. I can't think. He puts his head in the computer in the sequel, Captain America: Winter Soldier. Oh my God!
I don't think I saw that
Not
one.
you're lying.
Mordo. I am lying.
I think you're lying.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I have an action figure of this guy.
None of this happened.
Anyway, he's in a robot body. He has like a remote control. Anyway,
Okay.
So yeah, I guess thanks. We both ruined each other's jokes. But you're forgetting another one, so there's two more.
Yeah, you're forgetting...
What's 9-9!
Oh, yeah. Duh. Oh, yeah, he's right here in my notes. Yeah, Andre Braugher.
Yeah, who plays...
Detective Holt.
Captain Holt.
Captain Holt, yeah.
He plays Brent Norton in this movie. He's the neighbor.
He looks better a decade later. Than
he does, yeah.
Right?
I don't know, he hasn't aged in like 20 years.
Black don't crack. You know Samuel Jackson's 70 years old?
Yeah.
He looks like he did in Pulp Fiction.
Close, yeah.
Maybe younger. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it.
But yeah.
Takes care of him.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, Captain Holt. I said, in fact, Captain Holt's a lot meaner now. That's one of my notes.
It was funny. You hear him say, like, cocksucker in the movie. And
yeah. He's not in it that much. I thought he'd be in it more for some reason.
Yeah.
He's like in it for like the first 20 minutes. And he's like, I'm gone. And like you don't even see what happens to him. So
no.
I feel like we're forgetting someone.
No one else is important.
Nope. There's someone else in this movie, right?
Yeah. Punisher.
Thomas
Jane.
Thomas Jane. I actually put. Does anyone get the feeling this is a prequel to The Punisher?
Ooh.
Right after the end, which we'll talk about eventually, he goes on to become the Punisher.
Yeah. Fucking Thomas Jane, dude.
Dude, I love him. Like he is the Punisher as far as I know. A lot of people like Bergenthal's Punisher, from the Netflix Daredevil series.
Oh yeah.
Thomas Jane is my Punisher though.
I was talking to Jess about this movie. I'm like, it's got Thomas Jane in it. She's like, who's that? I'm like, he's the Punisher.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, the guy from Walking Dead. And I'm like, no.
How dare you?
Punisher. Yeah, the Punisher.
You showed me. Remember years ago? You showed me like he did like a little mini YouTube video, like it's an unofficial sequel to the Punisher. It's like a small clip where he goes into like a laundromat or whatever.
Oh, that was awesome.
He made like a fan made.
Yeah. That
was
was super cool. Doesn't he break up like a whole
gang, and you don't realize
fight and everything?
It's just Thomas Jane. Like, what's Thomas Jane doing in a weird video where he's breaking up a gang fight?
Yeah. At
the very end, you see the Punisher logo, and he walks out.
That was badass.
That was really cool.
He's just doing his laundry.
Yeah.
He got his quarters.
It was cool because
doesn't he beat him with like a Jack Daniels bottle too?
It's great. Anyway, Thomas Jane's awesome. He's also in The Expanse, which is a so-so sci-fi show.
I've heard the books are great.
Yeah, they are. I know everyone always says this, but it's like Game of Thrones in space.
Oh, okay. I heard it's got like 2 authors.
Yeah.
That co-write it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard it's great. I want to read the books. I've heard the show's good.
It's not bad. It's not great.
Okay. Well, then I've heard different mixed reviews.
Now you official. Well, I guess maybe my reviews don't matter.
So,
that's all. I think it's all the big. There's a lot of big stars we're trying to say. Like a lot of not like giant names, but
it's like faces. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, this person's.
Well, then there's also
who are they? I gotta look them up.
The person who plays Sally. She's from Riddick.
Sally?
Yeah, the girl gets stung in the neck. The cashier.
Oh yeah.
She's in Riddick. She's in Riddick. She's Jack, all grown up. In the prison. I can't remember. She called it Akira. She called it something like that.
You're talking about Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, not Pitch Black.
Riddick.
No. There's Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and then there's Riddick.
And then Riddick. That's why I was
talking
confused.
about Chronicles.
The second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's Jack in jail. He has to break her out and all that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I gotcha.
I mean, there's a lot of names. I mean, there's a lot of faces, like you said. So it's like an all-star cast. I mean,
all-star B cast.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, besides like 3 names.
Besides Thomas Jane.
I mean, Andre Braugher, or whatever his name is.
Brower.
Hey, if you're listening, Andre, tell us how you say your last name. He's now, because Brooklyn Nine-Nine has slowly become like kind of like a big thing. So.
Well, he played Matt in.
That's true.
In what's that movie?
Salem's
Lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Which apparently they wrote a book about too.
Oh, they
did?
did?
A book about Salem's Lot?
Yeah, Salem's Lot.
We should go back to episode...
Stephen King saw the movie and he was like, I should write a book about that.
We should go back to episode, I think 12 is when we did it, and totally talk about the book. We should call it episode 12, part 1. And we should do a part 2, just talk about the movie.
Sounds like fun.
Check it out. So
I like how the movie opened up, and it's Thomas Jane painting Clint Eastwood.
It's not at all. I'm going to strangle you.
Yeah.
What?
You know what it really is, right?
What?
Wow.
That was Clint Eastwood.
Oh my god.
Who's not painting Clint Eastwood?
Literally number 1 thing I put on my notes. Number 1.
This is what...
Read it.
Pain rolling from the Dark Tower series. Nice. It's rolling from...
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's rolled to Shane from the Dark Tower scene.
Yeah, it looked like Clint Eastwood from the man, with no name.
That's the point.
Whole thing.
But like he had the Dark Tower in the background. He had the rose.
Oh, I didn't even
the
notice
covers
that.
of the book.
Okay.
And that's why it's so awesome because we talked
cool.
about like how he has his own universe, and like I'm like, oh my god.
So they totally paid homage to.
Yeah. What I was wondering was because he was also painting the Thing. Did you guys notice that there was a Thing poster in the background? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
See, what I was wondering, whoever saw it back then was anticipating a Dark Tower movie because he said he was a movie
poster. They wanted to
artist.
make a movie. They made a movie about every Stephen King.
Yeah. Well, I know, but Gunslinger didn't come out till last year?
A couple years ago, and it was bombed. Yeah, because a lot of people were upset about Idris Elba playing him because Idris Elba's not white, I guess, and people get upset. I didn't care. I like Idris Elba.
Oh, they gender swapped the character?
Not gender swapped.
Race swapped, yeah.
But I guess apparently
I'm so used to gender swapping nowadays. It's like
someone told me that it makes sense why they did it. I don't want to spoil why it makes sense, but it's not really like basically, you have to read the series to understand it, but it's a different iteration of Roland.
Oh.
Based on how the book ends.
Well, apparently they made Hermione black.
You're still obsessing about that, man. You're so upset
I read
that
the
you're
books
wrong.
thinking she was white, and then...
I told you.
And then the movies, and then you like...
Mind blew you.
Why?
You're racist. Because you were never thinking of her in that light.
I don't know. When I think Britain, I don't think that... of many black people being there, I guess.
Idris Elba, we just mentioned one.
Oh, is he English?
My God.
I don't know anything about him.
God, I hate you. He's my man crush.
Okay.
He's a good-looking man.
I would do him.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what?
So, yeah, that was a painting of... That upsets me. He said Clint. I guess he looks a lot like Clint Eastwood. But
yeah, I mean, I see why, because it does look like it.
Yeah, but it's Roland from the Dark Tower.
I don't know. I thought it was from Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Well, no. Why would he be painting a movie poster for The Good, Bad, and the Ugly?
Because Clint Eastwood's a badass. Why wouldn't he want to paint him?
But 40 years after the movie came out, he decides to...
Yeah.
I mean, he did the thing.
That's true. It's not Clint Eastwood.
Well, then maybe he should have painted Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
As Snake Plissken.
So you do see I like the homage. I hate how you say homage so much.
I said homage. Homage.
Thank you. It's French. Omelette du fromage.
Well, I don't speak Spanish.
Oops. They can see him on camera. I don't know why you're like looking at me like you're getting away.
I'm looking
with
at you because you're looking at me like you're judging me, like as if you've never seen me drink a beer.
No judging.
Where's my bottle over there?
Jesus.
Oh God, so unprofessional. Brad.
I put it back up here.
Jesus Christ. Sit down. We're in
I'm
the
not
middle
gonna
of
take a pee like somebody.
Anyway. So yeah. So we have this all-star cast, and we have Clint Eastwood, as Brad said.
Yep. Clint Eastwood is the main character of this movie. He jumps out of the painting. And he starts the storm. That's what happens.
Yeah. Smacks him with his wiener.
But, so I guess I don't want to just go over, like, bit by bit. So let's go ahead and jump ahead to our thoughts. I wanted to mention,
like, I like how they jump into, like, okay, here's the opening, storm, shit's happening. And then they go outside and like, oh, what's that over there? Oh, it's mist. Like wow, you just jumped right into the whole thing.
Well, yeah, and then they're like, oh, it's mist. It's like, what do I look like, a weatherman? Like they looked like an angry couple, but they were supposed, they're nice. She's like, what's Mist doing on the water? He's like, I don't know my name. Am I a weatherman? What do I look like?
Damn, Jackie, you can't control the weather.
Yeah, damn. It's like, what? He goes next door. He's like, God damn it, Captain Holt. And Captain Holt's like, what? He's like, cocksucker. He's like,
so you destroyed my boathouse.
He's really mad about that chainsaw not working.
I'm sorry. I was really upset that Captain Holt wasn't in it as long as I thought. Because like he's in it at the beginning, then they go to the grocery store because of the storm.
Yeah.
And then,
it's really weird how his attitude changed throughout the whole thing. Because at first, like, Thomas Jane's like, oh, he's... I finally want to have this argument with him, and then he like seemed nice about it.
Yeah, and then
he's like, "Hey, we should exchange insurance information." And then Holt's like, "We're just going to call him Holt the whole time, aren't we?"
Yeah.
Holt's like, "Okay, we can do that. By the way, can you drive me to the store?" And Thomas Jane's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Then they go to the store.
Friends.
That's where they become best friends.
And he's like, "I'm going to take my boy with me and leave my wife here. I'm sure nothing will happen."
Yeah. Does anyone else look concerned when he told Captain Holt to take a little white boy's hand?
Yeah,
and
he's like, make sure you hold his hand.
I'm like, is he trying to set up Captain Holt?
What?
Remember, like, they get to the grocery store, and he's like, Captain Holt, hold on to the little boy's hand and never let go of Billy's hand.
Yeah.
You and Billy walk in, I'm sure, in this small town of Hicks. No one will question it.
Yeah, because apparently Holt's
a New York lawyer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not local.
Out of town.
Yeah.
He is an out
What's that, like his
summer
vacation house?
Yeah,
Right.
he's a squid.
I'm assuming this takes place in Maine.
That's what I was wondering. Did they
it's
actually
Castle
mention
Rock.
that?
Does it take place
Yeah,
in
they show a newspaper. It says Castle Rock Times.
So it's Maine.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Castle Rock is like one of the, Castle Rock's like the town for some reason.
Well, there was a mountain range. Are there mountains in Maine?
Yeah.
I've never been.
I haven't been either, but
Okay.
It's mountainous. I mean, there's some mountains. It's not like the entire place or
Okay.
mountain. I mean, there's
let's go to Maine, guys.
yeah.
I'd love to go to Maine.
It's probably I'm guessing it's on the northern border. People are gonna be like, "You know what he's talking about," but like on the border of Maine and Canada.
Mm. Well, they go to the store. They see a whole bunch of military driving past.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's that?"
It's normal stuff,
Because apparently there's a military base
on the mountain range where the mist is coming from.
and they mentioned that they do like some weird shit up there too.
Yeah, they hit
Well, they didn't do that until like later on.
Yeah, well, not that later on. Like the first quarter of it, they like before they even know what's going on. When the military's going by, they mention it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because Captain Holt asks, he goes, "What actually do they go up in a Project Arrowhead?" And he goes, "You probably heard the story."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So they mention it pretty early on. I mean, they hint a lot at it.
Well, soon after they get to the supermarket, I think this is like the creepiest noise ever. The air raid sirens.
Oh, the siren going
To this
off.
day, when I hear I know it's like every first Tuesday or Monday they do
the first Monday of the month.
Yeah,
they do a test.
They do a tornado test.
I don't know if it's because of Silent Hill or something.
It could be.
I get goosebumps when I hear that. Like I get freaked out. It's that.
I do too.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
What about emergency broadcasts? Like when you're driving along in the car and they go, "This is just a test."
Yeah.
Like it's like darkish outside. You're like, I'm kind of scared.
Do you guys like
fuck, I'm driving in this.
Do you immediately think atomic bomb or zombies? Like something's happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why are they testing this?
Yeah.
What are they anticipating? It totally freaks me out because I can hear just enough where I'm at. Like, I can hear just
in
enough.
the springtime, it makes sense. Okay, that's tornado season. But when you hear it in the middle of winter, like, what?
What's happening?
No.
It's like, like a dark and stormy day. I'm like,
Every time I hear it, I immediately look at the time and day. Because it's always at noon at the first Monday of every month. And then they freak me out like they did it recently.
Yeah.
Like just a random test on like the...
Middle of the
It was
month?
like middle of the month.
How dare they?
At like 9 in the morning. I'm like, what's going on?
That's what I was saying. Like, this is the... Goddamn about it. This is the problem I have with these tests. Because like in the movie, like they're like, oh my god, this is a big deal. But like, if I was them, I'd think it was a test or something, wouldn't you? Like if you hear those air raid sirens in the middle of the day.
Well,
although if I saw all those military
people,
but if I saw all the military
ones...
going back and forth, I'd be like,
in a military base,
something hairy's happening.
Something hairy.
But like I don't know, I'm desensitized because of all these tests. Like I'm like, the government's just trying to scare me again. They know I get creeped out, so they play it. That's a creepy sound. Totally.
But then like right after that, they hear that the mist rolls in. And then Dale from Walking Dead comes running in, like, they took John Lee! They took John Lee!
His, like, nose is, like, bloody and everything.
Yeah. And everyone starts freaking out, like, oh, what? Dale?
Yeah, what are you doing here? And I like how they immediately close the doors, like, oh my god, this mist could be toxic gas or something. Like, let's just close the doors. That's all you need to do, because it's not like a filtration system or anything. Like, I think AC works.
Yeah.
It's like those doors are pressure sealed like a vacuum, so no mist will ever get inside those doors. But yes, they took a lockdown. So I actually did want to talk kind of about this, the mist. I mentioned this in my review. I'll mention it at the end.
Okay.
It's equal parts, if not more so, about a psychological horror. Would you say?
Yes, absolutely. It's
I mean, it's like people in a bad situation, cramped up and scared, and like arguing with each other.
It's a sociological thing.
Yeah.
See how it shows how people react in a panicked situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like immediately, like people are like kind of freaking out a little bit. Obviously.
People are already jumping to conclusions.
Yeah.
And then it starts off like the very first one is Carol.
Yes.
Because I don't know her real name. I don't think they give her a name.
Melissa McBride.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't think
Oh no, she doesn't actually have a name in this.
I think it says like mom with children or something like that.
It's a woman with kids at home.
Yeah,
that's what it said in the credits. Woman with kids at home.
this is an important part to bring up because it comes back again. But like she's like freaking out because like no one wants to go in the mist because Dale was like talking about how God they took John Wayne Bryant,
and after that
the guy who started that fat store.
Everyone immediately said nobody leave, and she's like I gotta go home.
Yeah, I put that down.
I'm a good actor.
Carol asking people to needlessly die. She can walk her own damn self home. Yeah. What is someone gonna do going with her?
Yeah, she's asking people to go with her.
She looks at Thomas Jane. Hey, can you walk me home? Like I've got my own kid.
My kid's literally having have a breakdown in my arms. Yeah, let me go ahead and leave him with the scary black man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's like asking someone to go home with her because her kids, and like, why don't you just wait, dummy? And she's like, nope. And so she goes out into the mist, and that's all you see of her, pretty much.
Yep.
So she goes out in the mist, and they're like, okay, well, screw this bitch, and they lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and then she's never heard from again.
Never heard from ever again.
What would you guys do in that situation?
If someone asked me to go with her in the mist, like
I'd be like, if you want to go out there, right.
Yeah, sure. Would you guys go out there?
I'd ask her, what am I going to do? What am I going to bring to this situation? Like, what's the difference if I go out there with you and you just go out alone? Like, do you not have a car? What do I need? What do you need from me? Do you need moral support? I can yell at you as you walk down the.
You're doing good.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even mention before they even see the military people congregating in the store, like talking and like whispering and like something's going.
Well, they kind of do. They don't really. They're 3 people. They're on shore leave. That's why they mentioned that.
Well, one of them is an MP.
Yeah.
Well, the MP goes in and tells them they can't leave.
Yeah, he goes, hey, by the way, you guys, we're getting recalled back to the base, is what he says. Yeah. And then, like,
obviously something's going on.
Because Whitmer, the MP, is the one who wanted to stop by that grocery store real quick. And they go, damn, if we were just out here a half hour earlier, we'd been on shore.
Because Whitmer's banging Sally.
Well, he does eventually. Like, he has a crush on her. That's why.
Oh, because my already banged.
No, because she goes, why didn't you ever ask me out in high school?
Yeah. He's like, because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Because I had a growth on you, baby.
Because my forehead is protruding like a caveman.
Did anyone else, did it piss anyone else off about his eyebrows?
I just mentioned his forehead.
His eyebrows just really pissed me off.
What was it, lack
of? They pissed you off?
Yeah.
Like, you're like...
Like, they didn't just bother you.
They pissed me off.
You were, like, angry watching his eyebrows.
I was about to turn it off. I'm like, this is worse than dead silence.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't wait to get to I hope on your scores, like, you bring up his eyebrows knocked it down a peg.
Yeah. Do you watch characterization is now 1 out of 20.
Do you, like, watch a movie with Eugene Levy and just go...
I like his eyebrows.
So Whitmer didn't have enough eyebrows, are you saying?
They just looked weird.
I mean, I don't disagree. I think...
God, man, like...
I didn't, like... I wasn't, like, fixated on
Would you say eyebrows. They weren't on point, as the kids like to say?
Oh, they were really on point.
I think
they
the kids would say they weren't fleet.
Oh. Fleek. On fleek, I believe is
if
what
I had
say.
A pen and paper, I would draw them out.
You hate his eyebrows.
I hate his
eyebrows. The real monster
was his eyebrows.
It was just an ink blot test. Like, that's his eyebrows.
Speaking of that, what do you guys think? What'd you think of the psychological...
Oh, God!
Jesus.
What? Allergies.
Get
sure
out. Get out. You're done.
Don't you dare interrupt Zach.
Sorry about that.
Ew.
Jesus. Speaking of disgusting, what do you think of the tentacle rape?
Oh, that tentacle scene was brutal.
I loved it.
Oh my God, it was great.
Here's how I describe it. Like I described this entire movie. I
mean, it was CGI at its worst, but I liked it.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like early.
Yeah,
this was 12 years ago.
It's psychological horror meets Lovecraft meets Jurassic Park.
Oh, it's definitely Cthulhu. Yeah.
Like it also had. Did you get Jurassic Park like vibes, especially when those bird thingies came into the store?
Oh yeah.
It kind of like the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Like, I got like a lot of. I got Jurassic Park. Cthulhu looking vibes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Things were goofy looking. They look like dodos.
That's what was cool about it. Like there was different monsters. Yeah. Like it wasn't just like Cthulhu. It was like
when it first started, I thought I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a majority of this movie is gonna be psychological. I'm like, that's fine. I like those type of movies. I love those type of movies because I don't get scared anymore. Like I'm dead inside. But well,
see, when I was going into this movie, I did not do any research. I did not look into anything.
Really?
So the tentacles kind of like.
Oh, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah. Because like this bad boy is like
that makes it so much better. Though.
Yeah,
like, you didn't expect.
They weren't even normal tentacles. The best part was instead of having little suction cups like the normal tentacles, they have like
They're like spikes.
Spike mouths that tear out your flesh.
They like opened up. It wasn't just like a tentacle. Yeah, they were like.
And it's like ripping that bad boy's skin off as it touches and like.
Yeah, just ripping chunks of them out.
Yeah. I thought it was great. Like I hadn't seen this movie in over a decade, so I was almost like coming in fresh. I forgot there was other monsters. I thought like, okay, it's.
But before they appear, like they're pushing on that door.
Yeah,
like that was so creepy. Like something big's trying to get in, and then they're like, "Well, let's look out there and see what it is."
Hey, bag boy, you're 14 years old. Go out in the potentially deadly mist.
Yeah,
they've already talked about how it's potentially a gas attack, and they're like, go ahead and go in the mist.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Well,
I'll tell you later.
What's it smell like?
I want to go off topic for a minute.
Yeah.
Do you guys
never go off topic?
Don't you guys miss practical effects in horror movies?
Yeah, actually, I brought that up.
Like CG, the CGI was just
I mentioned that in this. Too.
I prefer practical over CGI.
Hollywood needs to go back to practical effects.
Do you want to talk about the original Star Wars series versus the prequels?
Well, the new ones
not really.
kind of went back. The new ones
we don't have that much time.
Back to the new Star Wars kind of went back.
They went back to practical effects, which that I can appreciate.
Yeah, I hate everything else.
The story,
but yeah, I miss practical effects. But I mean, how do you do practical effects for like a tentacle monster?
Yeah, and that's why I was also like,
they could have done it for the birds and stuff, the insects at least. But like for the tentacle monster, it's really because think about how cheesy the tentacle monster looked in Star Wars. When they're in the trash compactor.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a reason you don't really see it much.
And I put all that into
visualization.
Into my rating.
Yeah.
Special effects. You got.
I had a hard time rating it because of that.
Well, you got to think of like how they would do it, the way they did it. Like I understand why they do CGI, but it did look kind of cheesy because I mean it's 2007. I mean CGI wasn't as good.
I mean it's not great now. I mean you can always tell when something's CGI.
Well, yeah. Again, going back to Star Wars.
I always go back to the thing.
Dude, Rogue One, when they showed Princess Leia.
That's true.
Whoa.
They're literally just going to...
That was eerie.
Yeah.
Her and Tarkin.
Yeah.
Like...
Apparently even the death doesn't save you from a contract.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the next movie goes. Yeah, no, I agree. The special effects. But, you know, I mean, they had what they got. I also mentioned King really hates religious people. Stephen King does not like religious people. Not once is a religious person a good guy in his stories.
Well, here's the thing. In this particular instance, she was basically a cult leader.
I mentioned that
because she was one of those super religious, like preachy.
What's her name in the movie?
Carmody.
Miss
Carmody.
I put in my note.
Carmody.
I'd make a good cult leader in the end days. I think I'm gonna start one now to prepare. I'll make my own cult. You guys want to be part of my cult?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Is there Kool-Aid?
We'll call it the Horrormongers. That's the whole reason this is a thing.
Join us.
So be part of the cult.
Call it the original Jim Jones cult.
And whoever subscribed is now a follower.
Yeah, actually, exactly. We got it.
We got it.
We got you.
You didn't read the fine print?
Don't they actually mention Jim Jones? He's like, we got to get out of here before they actually bust out the Kool-Aid or something.
In the supermarket, there's a lot of psychological things. They're arguing and stuff, and like you see these factions kind of like grow. On one side, and there's like three factions, really.
After the tentacles, like, all these people that saw the tentacles, everyone else was like, that didn't happen. Like, we can show you.
Well,
that didn't happen.
Yeah, Captain Holt's like, no.
I refuse to believe it.
Yeah. Like, we can show you. There's evidence. Like, nope.
I mean, Captain Holt has...
It's like, not true.
Captain Holt does have a point.
He's like a flat earther. No!
But he does have a point. Remember, like, at one point, they're trying to reinforce the glass with dog food? And he's like, I'm starting my own group. Those of you who actually want to try to solve the issue, come to the back of the building. And the rest of you who want to lay dog food, go ahead. And he does have a point. They are laying dog food. I mean, it does look kind of crazy. Like, he's trying to think of ways to get out of the situation. They're busy stacking dog food.
By the way, when they come to that realization, like, the mist comes in, and they're like, oh, there's something out there.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's when they're like, one person says, the whole front of the store. Oh, yeah, it was after the tentacles. So, like, the whole front of the store is glass. And then I'm like... Oh,
no way.
That was my first thought. Like,
that's what I was thinking.
Mist came in, I'm like, oh, they're fucked.
Yeah,
that's just glass.
Not a good barrier. Which we see it isn't a good barrier at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they laid all the dog food, but it's still like...
They ran out of dog food halfway.
Halfway up, it's like, oh, thanks, what's the point of this again?
Yeah, it's not going to do shit.
This will hold.
Yeah. Dumbasses. They have they have giant refrigerator units and like shelving units, but they're going to use dog food instead.
I would immediately just start eating the dog food, just ration out, the food.
You guys get the dog food, I get this. Steak and filet mignon.
So if you guys were in that situation, would you join Captain Holt and walk out, or would you stay?
I would try to think rationally, like, okay, what actually happened in there?
I would want to go back and see that fucking tentacle.
Yeah, I would want to see it. Like,
there's a tentacle back there?
Seriously?
No shit.
I would join Captain Holt for his dulcetto, baritone, musical voice. He's like, I'm Captain Holt. I'm thinking rationally. I'm like, Captain Holt, swoon.
he kept saying how, like, Thomas Jane was trying to trick him. He's like, I get it. You hate me. You want to trick me.
Because I sued you
like
or something. Yeah.
Like, and he's like, why would this be the time I do that? Like,
if it was, though, that's genius.
Yeah.
Got you good.
What happens if the entire thing was just a practical joke? Thomas Jane set this whole thing up. The mist, the crazy Cthulhu monsters, just to get back at
He brought in semis full of fog machines. He's like, yes.
Got you good.
This is for my boathouse. But yeah, you were saying they start to form factions, and that's when I love the pacing of this movie, because it's well, you got the beginning, and then like shit starts going down, and then you get the like sociological aspect, like how people react to this, and then it's got like an even pacing of that, and then violence and gore, and then more of the the sociological, how people react to it, and then
because
it just goes back and forth.
Captain Holt's group kind of gets gone like that. Like, they're really quickly gone.
But
a new faction.
He wants to leave. He's like, I'm out.
But then a new faction kind of starts up slowly with Miss Religion.
Miss Carmody.
Carmody. Yeah. She shows as a super crazy religious person.
Yeah, she's batshit crazy.
She was like, while she was taking a shit, she had like, she's lighting a candle because it smelled, obviously.
Yeah. Like, and she's praying to return.
Yeah. She's like, God, give me, she's like talking about how this is a perfect opportunity to like preach his word and become like a prophet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she totally decided to go the prophet route, which I don't blame her.
I liked what she said to.
So, do you think she was trying to take advantage of the situation and like become?
Originally,
do you think she actually wanted to preach the word of God,
yes,
or she wanted to control everyone?
Originally, she wanted to be like important. She's been meek, and everyone's ignored her and called her crazy. Mm-hmm. Now is her time to shine.
Yeah, like throughout the town, like in the past too.
Yeah, she's been seen as this. Crazy.
Oh, that's right. They mentioned like, oh yeah, she's got a history of being known as a nut.
That's Mrs. Carmody.
Yeah.
And so at first, I think she legitimately wants just to like, it's her time to like spread her religion. Yeah, she's taking advantage of it. She doesn't have malicious intent. Mm-hmm. But over time, the movie goes on. I think obviously
because she's getting
power
followers.
Goes to her head. Yeah,
she's getting followers. People are starting to be like, oh shit, everything she's saying is
They're
true.
They're calling her a prophet, and she can see the future and all this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, she does tell that one biker guy who goes out in the rope, is like, oh, you can talk to the devil in hell, huh? And he gets cut in half. So.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
That guy's a badass.
I legit thought that he was going to have like this. I thought he was going to last longer because the big biker dude, he's going to have like a big heart, and I thought he was going to like sacrifice himself for like one of the kids or something like that. He's just like, I'm going to go out there and get that truck and get your shotgun. And I mean, he was trying to help everyone, but then all of a sudden the rope slacks.
Yeah, it slacks and then it gets sucked up.
And they're like, what?
Yeah.
The one thing that I thought was kind of gross was you see the blood coming out, and he's like, "Oh, there's blood on the rope. I'm going to touch it."
Oh, yeah, they keep pulling it.
Yeah, they keep pulling it.
And then the one guy touches his face afterwards.
I was like,
"Ew!"
That guy's a biker.
He's a biker dude.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, share needles.
Whoa.
I forgot. Brad loves
just because he's a biker.
Just because he's a biker, yeah. Bikers notoriously
We don't want to offend Brad and his Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad, you know how to ride a motorcycle?
I rode one once on the back. It was great.
I was the bitch. Yeah. What of it?
I held on real tight and cried the whole time. It was awesome.
But is anyone else like surprised that Captain Holt was like nixed so soon? Like I thought he would come back. Like I thought he'd be the only survivor of his group, and like let me in, I'm a believer.
Well, when I was
he
watching
took all those people with him too. He's like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and he's like, "Everyone, come on!"
And then like you don't see anything. Like they're just gone. For all I know, they survived. Who knows?
Yeah.
No. You hear screaming.
Yeah,
I thought you heard screaming.
Oh, when they walk out?
Yeah.
You do, but maybe they're screaming for joy.
Yeah. There's nothing out here.
The biker walks out with them. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The biker walks out with them, and then they pull half the biker back.
Yeah.
So you assume
that they're all dead.
the rest of them are
There's another person we assume who's dead and who isn't, so...
True.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the characters. Who's your favorite character in this movie?
Besides Thomas Jane?
Yeah.
Fucking Ollie.
Ollie, yeah.
Ollie was the man.
Dude, Ollie was a badass.
They're like, anybody got a gun? And
yeah,
Andrea's like, I've got a gun. It's not loaded. They're like, what are we going to do without bullets? She's like, oh, but I got all these bullets.
Yeah.
Lead with that, bitch.
Yeah. Like,
why are you stringing us along? What is this?
And then someone's like, does someone... Okay, I love this. Like, when in these kind of situations, someone's like, does somebody know how to shoot it? like, it's a revolver. How do you...
Yeah.
Point and shoot.
Point and shoot, yeah. But then the one guy is like, but does someone know how to shoot it well? Like,
Yeah.
That's the question.
And then
Ollie's like, yeah, I can do it. Click, click, snap.
He's like a stereotypical, like he's like a middle-aged, short, bald nerd, you know?
Obviously plays.
And his boss is like always shitting on him in the movie.
Yeah, like he's like meek and all that, and it's awesome because you start to see him become more and more like a badass.
Yep.
Like he grabs the gun and he's like, he like loads it, like flicks it, and he goes,
yeah.
I was like a gold medal, like.
No, he starts off. He's like, I've done some range practice, and I won a few tournaments. Like,
yeah. I won a few gold medal
championships. Yeah,
and sharpshooting. Or
like, oh, okay. Which he ends up putting that to use, which is awesome.
He does a pretty good sharpshooter
because
like precision shooter.
Because soon after that's when the
Bird Boys,
all the flies show up.
Yeah. That was awesome.
And then Carmody's like, "What?" I thought this was actually great. Like when she starts preaching, she's like the locust, because that was the first thing I thought. Yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe she's right.
Like everything, everything she's saying is coming true.
Yeah, it makes sense. Until the pterodactyls come, and it's like, whoa!
I remember reading that in the New Genesis. What's going on? What's this?
Oh, flying creatures. Bigger flying creatures.
Yes. In John 5:6, it says, then the pterodactyls swoop down.
But they immediately... Like, it does not take long for the pterodactyl to just... By the way, they were kind of retarded. I mean, I get
they were dumb.
They were attracted by the light.
Yeah.
I mean, they're insects. And then Jim...
Yeah.
Was like, let's turn on all the lights.
Jim was the biggest dumbass in that entire.
It's like they're bugs.
Yeah,
they enjoy lights.
He was just going around at every single light, like turning them on. Like I better turn on all these lights,
and then
for no reason.
And then the bigger flying creatures were trying to catch them by slamming up against the glass.
That's what I like about it. It's kind of like it's like the real world. Like things, but Cthulhuized, right? They're bugs. They're like Cthulhu looking. There's spiders. There's birds.
Yeah.
There's
what was even more fucked up though? They weren't just bugs. They had stingers, like scorpion stingers.
Yeah, because that one girl.
Yeah, because when it gets in, and oh man, that was brutal when her face swells up.
I thought she was just gaining weight. I'm like,
damn,
Sally, slow down on the donuts.
Yeah, it goes straight to my chin.
It swells up. She has like super anaphylactic shock.
And then Whitmer's like, I'd still do her.
He does. He goes, I gotta bury Sally. No, come in the back. And he's dragging the body out.
I'll take care of it.
Nothing.
I said they're doing a bang-up job defending the grocery at this point. Like, literally, it's almost a comic. Yeah. It's a comedic routine. The guy gets the fire, he slips, knocks the bucket over. He's like, I was waiting for the Benny Hill music to start. Yeah, like they're like running with a fire. He's like on fire in the background.
They're using mops.
Yeah.
It's just, what was it, lighter? It was lighter fluid, right?
Buckets full of lighter fluid,
yeah.
God, Brad he lights it. He's like, whoa! And kicks the bucket over and slips into the lighter fluid and lights himself on fire.
Now I'm thinking of the Benny Hill theme song.
It's great. He's running in the background like on fire, and everyone's like, and Thomas Jane's like whacking at the shelves with a stick trying to hit the birds. But no.
And then somehow they put out the fire immediately.
Well, yeah, the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, but like
lighter
a big,
fluid.
Like the store caught on fire, like a big chunk, and they had one fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah.
They didn't even show that. It was like at one moment the store's on fire, and then it was just after that.
Yeah.
No, they were
like, oh man,
they were shooting the extinguishers on him, like on the guy, like because they like he's on fire, and then
I mean, lighter fluid does go out pretty quick. I mean, it burns up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's not like gasoline.
But that guy catching on fire, he lives, and then it goes
10
on.
minutes.
Yeah, then it goes on to my favorite scene in one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where they go to the pharmacy.
Dude, the pharmacy scene was
God, yes.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was awesome because
I forgot about that whole scene.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this movie in like 10 years, so like I forgot about most.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
First of all, I fucking hate bugs. But like when they find the MP, like on all those people webbed up, and you look at his face, I was like, at first I'm like chest bursters. And I realized what they were. They were insects.
It was like,
yeah, they start popping out of his eyes.
And then he falls. Yeah, and then he falls over, and then his back bursts open with all these spiders.
I think that
out.
was like the most brutal scene in the whole movie.
Yeah,
he falls, and then it's just like boom, and then
explodes of spiders.
Creepy crawlies everywhere, like a million of them.
I put now I'm going to sleep with tape over my mouth, just like I do every night, and earplugs to keep spiders from laying eggs in me while I'm sleeping, because I'm afraid of that now.
I actually saw a video today about a spider in some guy's ear.
It's happened.
Like you see its little eyeballs popping out, and then it just goes right back into his head.
Fred, you had a spider in your beard before. I don't know what you're looking like here, Mr. Congeniality over here.
Sandra Bullock.
That did happen. I don't know why that happened, but it happened.
No, like
I was.
That scene was brutal.
Have you heard about that?
What?
No, that was an actual thing.
that's actually someone
spider in your beard.
No, I was having a conversation with someone, and then they just look at me like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "What?" And then she's like, "This is a spider." I'm like, "What?" Apparently, a spider just like crawled out of my beard and was like on my face. I'm like, "Ah!"
It's like that's like something you see in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like you're a villain, you're like a zombie in a horror movie.
I was at work too, inside.
Oh shit!
Yeah, in a kitchen. I wash my beard.
Do you?
I don't, sometimes.
And just like your
But no, like
soap.
those spiders.
After I rub it around the bushes outside.
Those spiders were awesome looking. I mean, CGI is shit, but like I like the design.
Yeah, I did too. I really liked how they had like human jaws.
Yeah,
you know,
it was like.
Yeah,
they had like teeth, you know.
And then their webbing was like acidic, which is cool.
Yeah,
like it's like they're coming everywhere. It's like don't touch it.
Jizz.
Another brutal part. Yeah, the acidic webs. It catches that one guy's leg and rips his skin off.
Yeah.
Just like through his pants and everything.
It's called degloving.
Like, yeah,
when you take off the skin.
Oh, as soon as that happened, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. It was he doesn't like
this movie's good.
The whole reason they went over there is to save his brother, and him and his brother die, and like 3 other people. So mission accomplished.
Good trip. We didn't even mention the old lady.
Oh, the old lady's a badass.
Who went with him?
Oh, that's true.
To the store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she would have to be my second favorite character.
Well, she's like, I don't give a fuck.
I totally forgot to mention
I'm 120 years old.
Yeah, and she's a badass.
I've lived a full life.
Yeah, I like how Dale and her don't give a shit about like at the end. They're like, yeah, go ahead, do it, Thomas Jane, because we've lived 80 years. Meanwhile, your boy is 9 years old.
Dale cared about John Lee. They took John Lee.
They did take John Lee.
He screamed about it.
Yeah.
And then after that, he's like,
Maybe they were lovers.
Yeah, like that was a great scene. The other great scene was.
Hold on, real quick. I want to mention that, like during this whole thing, this is when I really noticed the camera work during the movie was interesting. Like it seemed, I don't know, it didn't seem like a blockbuster film kind of like, but it was really cool because when they were showing like the spiders and like certain shots, it was like they had like real close-ups of the spiders, like real strange angles. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
They want to show off the body of the spider too.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool the way they did that. Like, he would stab the spider and the spider got real close to the camera and it was like,
because the spiders' bodies are like spiky looking too and all that.
Yeah.
Like, they're giant. They're giant spiders. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I liked how they had like those little tiny baby ones and then the big ones, and then they're like, oh, but wait, there's an even bigger one outside of the store.
Oh, yeah, right at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing with my children?
That's when someone stabs it. It was actually that scene when I noticed it. Like, I think it was Dale or something.
Yeah, Dale stabbed one of the
it,
spiders,
and he starts flinging it around. And then they had some like weird camera angles.
It's like jizzing everywhere.
Yeah.
And then,
skate.
And then Thomas Jane gets back and he's like, I'm going to sleep for a day. Night.
How long was out? All day. Dude, you lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
And while he was asleep, a whole cult formed. Like
Yep.
they just
A
formed a whole
microcosm.
cult
Yeah,
in
they're
the
all
store.
they're all like, yeah, we have a new religion, a new God, we have a new way of life now. You missed out in the past 24 hours.
Jim, the piece of shit, was all of a sudden like, "Oh my lord! Oh shit!"
Yeah.
He
God.
becomes a.
I believe.
So, I think in the novel they never really explain like why these creatures are here in the mist.
Did you actually read it?
No, but I've read the Wikipedia on it.
Oh, nice.
All
I'm gonna
right.
do some research before we watch it. But
In the novel, happened this
I
way,
didn't say that.
so I assume.
I said I literally said I think in the novel they don't explain it. I'm pretty sure they don't explain it in the short story. That's a big thing. I think I've got a lot of flack. Is looking at what got flack in this movie, and a lot of people are upset. I'm pretty sure, if I remember reading correctly, that like because they explain sort of where these creatures are coming from. Like they in the novel, in the short story, if I'm remembering what Wikipedia said, the most reliable source of information in the world. Like the military was involved. That's all you know. But in this, they pretty much go out and say that they opened up a doorway to another dimension.
Yeah.
Oh, the military
what's
guys.
his name? Wiener.
Yep,
Whitmer.
Yeah.
Eyebrows.
I was so close.
Caveman.
Eyebrows, yeah.
Yeah, because they like corner him, and he says, "Well, there were rumors that the military was trying to open up a doorway to another dimension."
Yeah, and then Jim overhears him.
And narcs on him.
Yeah, he's like, he did it! He did it!
And then they totally fucking stab him and like, go ahead and eat him.
That scene pissed me off.
What, when they were dragging him out to
Yeah, he was so innocent.
Yeah.
No.
He was. He didn't,
Cut to me.
he didn't do anything. I mean,
No, he was innocent. He's like, I was not a part of this.
Yeah.
He's like, I heard that's what's happening. I'm just in the military.
It would have been
I
helpful
wasn't part of that.
said something.
Well, they're
like
not
2 days
thinking
earlier.
rationally anymore.
No, they're not.
Because they're stuck in this store for what, like a day, and
No,
they all
because
turn cabin fever. And...
This is where Carmody goes insane. She's like,
feed him to the beast.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
God,
a full-on cult
The
leader at
beast
this
must
point.
have blood, and then she literally sacrificed him and said, the beast will not bother us
Full-on cult leader.
for another day. But I don't know about the next day.
Yeah.
So it's basically saying they're going to have to sacrifice more people.
Yep.
And the beast who takes Whitwer is fucking huge. He's swole.
Yeah, this big
Yeah.
thing, these things,
Just like that.
and it had these other things.
Imagine Brad, a giant version of Brad, like that. That's what it looked like. And Sam Whitmer is like, don't thank me. And Brad's like, too late.
He was walking around like, "Arr!" and extended his thing. He's like, stab, and took him away.
What about that one part? He goes, what was he saying? Please don't let them take me or whatever. And all of a sudden,
His hands on the
Bloody Emperor.
he gets like dragged off.
He just gets skewered. He's like, that's mine.
Yeah.
Just like one bite. No.
Diet starts Monday.
I assume that's what happened. The beast just went,
So yeah, then they're like, we got GTFO, the remaining non-converts. They're like, oh shit. By the way, here's something we haven't
After Thomas Jane takes another nap for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then
we haven't even mentioned, because I hate him so much, Billy.
Oh, Billy, the little
kid.
the kid?
yeah.
He cries the whole time. When
Yeah.
he's either crying or sleeping.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, first of all, if you're that upset in this situation, how can you sleep that much?
Yeah.
And then when he is awake, he's like, Mommy, where's Mommy?
Kept asking about his damn
okay,
mother.
I get it.
Spoilers, your mom's dead. I'm pretty sure I'm going to guess. Don't know the future. I think she's webbed up at home.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess, Billy.
Then he wakes up and he's crying some more. And then he goes back to
Billy,
sleep.
Billy, you're 10 years old. Shut up and grow up. You're a man now.
Yeah, he tells the kid that. He's like, you can't keep crying like this, man.
Billy, you
like,
made me look bad, you little sick little
God,
shit.
I'm trying to get laid here.
And, okay, I did want to mention, like, when the cult formed, that was like day 2, wasn't it?
Day 2.
Yeah, they were only in there for 2 days, I think.
It was 3 days total.
Yeah.
And then that's when the
It
Thomas
happened-
Jane group gets the fuck out.
It happened that quickly.
That's how it works in real life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was watching with Jess, and she made a good point. She's like, well, at that point, in a panicky situation, people's minds are like putty.
Yeah.
They panic, and they're going to believe whatever.
That's what I really liked about the movie.
bullshit, you know.
I like the little cult forming and everyone.
Yeah.
There's like several groups of people, and
and
I loved it.
yeah, it was really good. It's like everyone was malleable and like she's like a messiah all of a sudden.
Yeah, she's starting to, like, then her hair's down and she looks like fucking, like,
I don't know, sexy?
super religious and all that.
Totally
Like, yeah, she gets naked. Like, look at my titties. Suck on her.
So, like, yeah, so they decided GTFO, so they're trying to get out of there. What about the scene where they all want to take Billy? Like, Billy's this hot.
Oh, yeah, they wanted to sacrifice the kid.
That was the first thing. She's like, we need to sacrifice the boy.
Yeah.
We're taking the boy. And, oh, man, that pisses off Thomas Jane. He's the Punisher. You don't fuck with the Punisher.
You don't fuck with the Punisher.
Come on.
It's not the Punisher yet.
You don't take his family. You know what happens? She didn't see what happened to John Travolta.
Yeah. Only person takes away Punisher's family is himself. So yeah, they get out. Like there's a group of like. So he mentions earlier in the movie. He's like, yeah, I got a 4x4 or 8x8 or 12x12. I don't know cars. He's like
a 12x12.
He's like, I can hold 8.
Is that a lunar rover? Like,
he goes, I can hold 8 people, and I'm doing the math here as they're running to the car. I'm like, this is 10 people. There's no way they can fit, and all of a sudden they get picked off as they're running to the car by these Cthulhu monsters.
Yeah. No, before that, hold on.
Before that, Ollie.
No, the scene when everyone starts going batshit crazy and they're trying to take the boy, and then Ollie's like, fuck this, and gut shots Carmody. And then I was like, yes!
He gut shots her, and then
pops her one right in the computer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is a term that confuses you when
then
I say everyone pops in the computer.
Then you guys like feel happy about that, like she's
it
finally dead.
Was pretty satisfying. Well, when he hits her in the stomach first, I'm like, oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that's a bad way. He should just left it at that. Gut shot's the worst way to go. Sepsis and all that.
It was great. It made me mad, and I loved it at the same time because it's like she deserved it.
Yeah,
hit her in the stomach first because that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
But if he could have just headshotted her in the first place, that's one extra bullet he didn't have to waste.
That's true, which comes into play.
Because, well,
it does.
They started with, 12 bullets?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they keep track of that the whole movie.
Probably, yeah.
I should have kept track of that, but I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure they kept true to that.
On the first scene, if I remember correctly. He shoots one and takes 2 shots to kill the other one.
Yeah.
So it's 3 as far as I can keep track. How many does he shoot?
Kills a couple of spiders.
It's like 2 or 3. And we'll say 3. That's 6.
He kills a few flyers.
No, he only
spiders.
I think that tracks.
He pops her with 2.
And that's 6 plus 2 is 8. And there's 12 at the end. There's 4, so that makes sense. So but I'm not 100% sure, obviously. But
continuity.
It's not like it's wildly inaccurate if it isn't. Like, you'd have to really be paying attention.
I'm pretty sure they're pretty close, if not accurate.
So they get in the car. And they're like, our plan is to keep driving. Driving.
Well, that's when Ollie gets picked off, and that's what made me sad.
Holly gets picked off?
Ollie.
Oh, yeah, because in the car.
Yeah, and he gets picked up when they get to the car, and Ollie was one of them that gets grabbed by, he got skewered.
He got skewered, yeah.
If I remember that, I'm pretty sure that's all it is. They're just like poke, and then they bring him out.
Pretty sure like a claw hand grabs.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
And like picks him up.
But he drops the gun, and they had that whole scene where Thomas Jane's like, "I need the gun."
Yeah, and then
it's right there.
And then
something's coming after them, and he's like, how can you not just?
I put screaming is good. This will help. If you're all screaming, like, get back in the car. He's like, shut up, bitch! If you're going to track them, like, let me grab the gun. Like, your screaming is doing nothing but attracting the monsters to where we're at. So they get in the car, they drive off to the sunset, and they live happy ever after.
That's true.
Yep. That's the end of the movie.
The end of the book, apparently.
Yeah, it is.
The movie, however...
they decided to take it a little further. I think
first they drive past. He's like, I need to go see my wife. And then they go, and he's like...
And she's webbed.
Well, there's my wife. Let's go.
Yeah. Moving on.
He's got the chick on the side here, so he's like, all right, my wife's dead.
My wife. And then,
what do you think about that?
He's like, Billy, look, there's your mom.
Yeah. I think it's funny how
Billy... Like the mom kids? Wave at the mom kids.
Billy was like the entire time talking about his goddamn mother, and then he finally sees her all webbed in
I don't
bed.
think he saw her. I think he was sleeping again.
Oh, he was sleeping?
He was sleeping.
Either that or he was crying.
I was about to say, like...
It was just Thomas Jane and Andrea. And then, like, he goes, I remember he said, I told her I was going to fix the window or whatever. That's how they got. What was it?
In the car, it's Thomas Jane, Andrea, Billy, and then the old woman.
And Dale.
And then Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were definitely sleeping in the back because they're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seats kind of cut.
So they drive.
They
how far did they end up going? Do you remember?
That's how my grandpa was all the time. He'd sit down and he'd just fall asleep.
They were getting pretty far, I think, because they were on the road and they saw...
I don't understand why
did they say where they were going? Were they just going inland?
Yeah, they were just trying to find...
But, like, I don't understand why they said they're just going to keep going until they run out of gas. What's so hard? I mean, why can't you stop at a gas station real quick? I mean...
Yeah, they forgot that, we need to fill up.
They can barely see where they're going.
Yeah.
Oh, during this whole thing, that's when you see the big goddamn
like
Cthulhu
20,
creature.
Yeah, like 20 stories. And like giant. And,
bigger than that.
Yeah.
It's like
his
a billion stories.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah,
that's accurate.
Close to.
Nice skewer.
Or kilometers.
I don't
know.
I think it was because the monster looked right at him too.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
When the monster was walking along, he was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna keep walking."
Well, to that monster, everything's moving around it.
Yeah, it's like an ant.
And it's just like, what's that?
You don't, unless you're Brad, you don't
Yeah.
purposely try to step on ants. Brad's like, "There's an ant. There's an ant." He's like stepping on him.
A tap dance on him.
So they run out of gas,
deserve this.
and of course, the best thing to do is get the gun out and kill
Oh
themselves.
my god, this whole scene.
So they're like,
this is why I talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Like when I tell people about, have you seen The Mist? I'm like, no. I'm like,
the ending is
you need to watch
fucked
it.
up. So
watch it.
So the car runs out of gas, and then they're like, "Well, shit, life's over." And so,
Well, they wait there a little bit, and he's contemplating.
Well,
And it's like,
they all start looking at each other, and the old people in the back were just like,
well, it's quiet in the car, but then you just keep hearing the roars of the monsters. That's what it was. Like you hear the shit all around them, and it's like there's no hope.
"Yep, they all lost hope."
And so
like,
Thomas Jane gets the gun out, and they pop it out to count how many bullets.
Of course, Billy's sleeping during this.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
Yeah.
There's four, and yet there's five of them as Andrea uses her mathematical whiz. Like, 4? 5 minus 4 equals 1. So we can kill one person? Like, she's like, there's not enough bullets. Like, no shit, Andrea, I can count. I'm aware of the situation.
I thought I gave you 80.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, he didn't even try to get laid.
Yeah, so he's
Before
like,
going
so
out.
she's like, there's 4.
Billy, look away.
I mean, obviously there was some sexual tension going on between them throughout
between
the whole movie.
the married woman.
Oh, she like immediately turned into the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some. there
Immediately.
was something going on there.
Well, nothing happened.
The mist
because
happened. He's like, wife who?
The only thing it's penetrated is her head, her skull. Because
Oh, you don't know where he shot her.
Yeah, you do. It shows her. Poof. So anyway, they all come to the consensus silently, not to wake up Billy because he doesn't have a say in this.
That's another thing I love about the scene. Like they all knew.
Yeah.
Like they didn't.
They probably talked about it. I mean, you got to think that there has to be a conversation. What happened to this nothing?
There were no words in this whole scene. I'm getting chills about it. Like it was just no. It was just looks.
Dale just nods.
Yeah, he's just like. Mm-hmm.
So he goes, and she goes, there's 5 of us and only 4 bullets. He goes, I'll make do. That's what he says, right? He says, I'll make do. Like, he'll find out.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, maybe I want to be the one to make do. Who gave you the gun and put you in charge of shooting us in the head?
But, okay, so it was a revolver, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it cuts to the outside of the car.
Yeah, well, right before, by the way, I like how they make sure you realize Billy just woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Billy
Billy wakes up and, like, gives like a look of terror. And
For once, he's not crying.
Yeah. He's like, Daddy,
yeah, he's about to die and he just does not cry. Like, no tears whatsoever. But he's crying the entire movie.
Daddy, what's going on? Am I safe?
Yep.
Are we home?
So then...
Do you see the rabbits?
Mommy's okay, right?
I get that reference.
Thank you.
I got it.
Do you?
Thank you.
I read that book.
Did you, or did you pretend to read it?
I read it, and I saw the movie.
God, that movie was terrible.
I skimmed through the book.
Have the cliff notes.
So yeah, and then it shows the outside of the car, and you see the gun flashes. And
Yeah.
But, okay, it was like, bam, 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 bam.
he's a good shot.
I was like, holy shit.
He did not hesitate. No hesitation. It's like, no hesitation, no surrender.
That is that's a good point. He did not waste time between shots.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, you.
Yeah. He was like,
was he in there just like, all right, Billy,
let's first do this.
Like, you gotta think, you probably would shoot Billy first, right? Let's talk about the order of which you would shoot these people. What's the order?
Oh, you'd shoot Billy first.
You have to, because he'd cry and make things annoying.
And then I'd get upset and then not shoot anyone else. I'm like, oh, damn.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay, this is what I was thinking. This is my fucked up first thought.
Yeah.
What if he just smashed his and hers heads together and just like one bullet, two heads? Right? It's a little head. It's still kind of soft, I'm sure. It's a child.
Well, I think the caliber couldn't be that. What caliber gun is that?
Well,
could be more 9. Was it
also,
more 9?
it also depending on. I mean, I don't know that much about guns.
It was a 25 caliber.
It was. I mean, it was a small revolver.
Yeah.
I've got a small revolver, but it's a 38. That thing that'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
That could definitely go through 2 heads if they're right next to each other. That's what I would have done. I'm like, Billy, look at Andrea. Look at the flowers.
The flowers, Billy. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, and.
Yeah, maybe.
They would have had enough.
But Thomas Jane knew better. He knew that the best way he had hope. He didn't want to die like those losers. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I suckered you guys. I get 4 free murders.
What if he ended with that? He's like, I'm gonna live.
So he shoots them all, and then he goes outside to commit suicide.
There's a gas tank in the back. I'm just sick of Billy's crying.
Billy, wake up or stop crying. Do one of the two.
I can't stand another second of this little shit.
So he goes outside and he's like, okay, monsters, do your worst. Let's do it.
I thought it was really funny how he goes out and then he's like, come on. And then he turns around, like, puts his hand on the card.
And bends over like they're gonna rape.
He's just like, all right, bring it on.
Do it. Make me your bitch. He's like sticking his butt out, like wiggling it.
One of the spiders comes out with a strap on.
And then the monsters kill him, and that's the sad ending. There's nothing else.
Best ending ever.
The mist definitely didn't clear out right afterwards.
Yeah. And also, did you notice the military comes, by the way. Turns out the world is saved.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
And then you see the woman who leaves the store. The first woman who leaves.
Yeah.
She's
Carol.
alive. It turns out they went with her. They went with
Carol
her.
with brown hair.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even mention that. Carol has brown hair.
She has brown hair in the first season of... Doesn't she have the first season of Walking Dead?
I think it was
gray.
It was gray, but it was the same length.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
so she survived. The one who went out by herself and no one would help her, she survives.
Yep.
And the military's there, and you can see them. They're clearing the way. The fog
She's looking at him with that smug ass look, like
you should have went with me.
Yeah, you stupid dick.
You had a chance.
And Thomas Jane is just like crying, going no, because he killed his son. I'm sure he was crying more about the lack of Andrea.
Yeah.
So,
he's like, oh, I could have seen them babies.
So he's like screaming because if he had just waited 30 seconds, apparently everyone would be alive.
Yeah, that's what's so great about it. If you just waited.
The military actually does what it's supposed to do.
I wonder if those sounds were actually the actual tank moving and not the monster.
How do they miss them? Because the military's coming from the same direction they came from.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was actually wondering that.
Because the fog is clearing behind them as they're moving. Like, how do they miss them? Like, I guess because they were ahead of them, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess, but still.
And the tanks weren't moving faster than the car.
Yes, I guess.
Well, yeah, they were probably ahead of them, but it was like right after that, like the mist was just gone.
Yeah, it was all gone.
And then everyone had flamethrowers, and like, you'd think that there would be more smoke.
Yeah,
they're burning everything.
So I mean, that's a huge twist. Like, he kills everyone thinking he's doing a mercy, and turns out, my bad. Whoopsies.
And he pulls a Nick Cage.
Yeah.
You ripped my favorite shirt.
But apparently the other thing that they were originally going to do in the original cut was there's supposed to be a second. I'm glad they didn't do it, but because the one just seeing Carol was like, oh shit, that's like, oh man, she survived and she's all happy with her kids because both her kids are alive. There's supposed to be a second army caravan, and behind it was going to be everyone who was left in the store. That was the original ending they were going to do. Wow. With it. And so, like, all the followers live too, who stay in the store. does the military. That's how. Yeah, they really wanted to gut punch.
Yeah, like insult to injury, and then
I would have loved to see that.
Kick you while you're still down.
Decided not to go that route, which I guess is a little bit more poignant because it focuses on the one Carol. Like
would it be Carmody like in the front, like driving the truck, like
you didn't kill me?
Yeah, she's just standing there,
and her boobs got bigger even.
Titties flopping in the wind.
Yeah, so that's how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, greatest ending ever.
Yeah, it's a big twist. It's a good way to do a Shyamalan twist. And apparently it's controversial.
I was actually talking to someone recently. I was like, "Did you ever see The Mist?" Like, hey, I thought it was pretty decent for an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I'm like,
they really think that? Or were they joking?
I think they were thinking about The Happening.
All right.
I forget what I was talking about.
So let's go ahead and go through our scores. Does anyone want to go first? Do you want me to always start off? Because I'm
the
master of scoring.
I still need to tally up mine.
God, you guys are slackers. By the way...
Oh, you actually have a paper.
I always have paper.
Oh. You said it was all up here.
Do you want to retract...
Oh, no.
Any eagle-eyed viewers or eagle listeners, the two of you who may have made it that far, last week I think I gave Dead Silence an 86. It turns out that was a little high based on my math. I don't know how to add. It was supposed to be
Matt and I both agree it was a little high.
It's supposed to be a 77.
I actually did want to mention something about that.
Yeah.
I did want to give it a little bit more. After talking about it, I liked the movie. I didn't like it as much as you did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent... I was the one that suggested it. I thought it was a decent movie. I would probably give it an extra 10 points than I did.
God damn.
Well, thinking about it,
I'm so sick with my 5 out of 100.
No... After thinking about it, like, you brought up some good points. Like, it is a little bit more unique than I was thinking, because the fact that it wasn't just a possessed doll movie, it was a possessed. It was the ventriloquist.
Yeah, Zach did bring up a good point about that.
It wasn't the dolls that were doing anything.
It was Mary Shelley.
It was her that was doing it, and then she ended up possessing someone to. It wasn't a possessed doll movie. It was a whole different thing. I thought that added to the uniqueness of it. So,
all right. So let me go ahead, go over my score. As always, it's out of 100. Each.
We are going back to The Mist, just to clarify.
Yeah,
right?
Going back to The Mist. So the story / scare factor out of 20, I gave it an 18 out of 20. Here's why. I said the score is not indicative of how scary the movie is. It isn't really scary. Not necessarily. Not for me. Stephen King uses creepy as a tool and focuses on the human psyche. While there is some definite scary moments for a lot of people, I'm sure. I'm dead inside. For me, I am in it for the psychological aspect. I enjoy these types of movies, and if you do not want to watch a movie that is more about the horrors of the humans in a post-apocalyptic scenario, you will score this much lower. However, I'm a sucker for these, and there are several scenes with a Jurassic Park-like horror attributed to it. Mm-hmm. I dig the H.P. Lovecraft-like vibes from the whole thing, and so I gave it an 18 out of 20. Not more for the story than the scare factor.
Yeah.
Characterization. I gave it a 17 out of 20. While the characterizations are amazing, they aren't like knockout amazing. They're good, but they are good for a horror movie. This is generally a par for the course for a Stephen King novel. Stephen King really focuses on the characters more than anything else. Mm-hmm. We talked about in Salem's Lot, like the city itself, not just the people in the city. The city itself is a character.
Yeah.
So while there are many cardboard cutout people in this movie, such as the angry hick, right?
Jim.
Yeah. Or the terrible child. Can't stand the child. I do like Thomas Jane and Andre Brauger. Catherine Holt. So this may be skewing my score. Like, I'm a fan of those two actors, and I like the nerd. So I give it a 17 out of 20.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Always kept his head straight, as well as his shooting.
Yeah, there you go. To Ollie.
Yes.
To Ollie!
To Ollie!
Huzzah! Kill Boner. All right.
That was him screaming.
That was what he sounds like. So 17 out of 20 for my characterization. For violence and gore, this actually fluctuated as I was watching it. Like I write this in progress. Like I'm not like doing it right at the end because I want it to be fresh. Mm-hmm. So I usually start like 45 minutes into a movie. So originally it was like a 12 out of 20. Like, oh my god, it's psychological. Fine. I mean, it raised up to like an 18 out of 20 because the violence, not necessarily the gore.
Well, I was saying earlier, like the I don't know if I was. Did I say pacing or
you
whatever?
Kind of mentioned it. It's like
the way they kind of staggered the violence. It was like they went from I said it all before.
18 out of 20. For the majority of the movie, it is about the psychological, not the physical. There are random spurts of violence throughout, and but there is little and explicit gore. There is some. By explicit, I mean you see it happen.
Oh yeah,
you see the aftermath a lot of times. But there is some. When it gets violent, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With the spiders and all that. Monsters melting people. Spider monsters bursting from bodies, etc. So there is violence in there. So I gave it an 18 out of 20.
I don't think you have to say spider monsters. Spiders are already monsters. Just say spiders. Or monsters.
Special effects. It's a real short one. I gave special effects. It might be a little high in retrospect, but I'm going to stick with my 15 out of 20. I said average for what it is. We got to realize it's 2007, the budget and all that. I was thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Nothing special, but nothing terrible considering, considering what it is. I mean, it's not like, how do you do Cthulhu monsters on a budget like that? I mean, you can tell they didn't have it couldn't go all out. The creatures look decent enough. I like the design, so I bumped it up to a 15, which is slightly above average.
Okay,
just because I like the creature designs. Finally, the X Factor uniqueness of the movie, I gave it an 18 out of 20. I called it Lovecraft meets Jurassic Park meets psychological horror. Probably one of the most genuine Scary King films. Seriously, underrated.
It is underrated. It's very underrated.
Here's my final notes. I really enjoyed this movie. If my fellow mongers do not like this one, I seriously question their judgments.
Oh God.
No, because as I'm saying about last week, I seriously question your judgment. It had psychological horror, monsters, tentacle rape, and the end of the world.
Tentacle rape.
The Mist acts as a scary filler that hides what you cannot see. And as stated before, the unseen can be even more scary. The characters are somewhat fleshed out and enjoyable enough. I really have few things negative to say about this movie. This is my second time watching it, and I remember enjoying it then, and a decade later, I enjoy it more. The ending is controversial for some, as it doesn't follow the short story, and others think the twist is lame. I really liked it and thought it was the cherry on top of this psychological Lovecraftian horror. So, my final score is an 86 out of 100. Above Dead Silence. Above Dead Silence. I'd definitely put it above Dead Silence.
So.
It's definitely above okay, I get it. My math was off on that one. Because I was going back, because what I do on this is I leave the numbers. And I was like, as I was changing the numbers on this, I'm like, all these numbers I was increasing. And then I looked at the final score, I'm like, wait, this got the same thing as Dead Silence. That doesn't add up. Everything was increased. So, 86 out of 100.
Cool.
Really great movie. Watch it. Very few people. It's long, though. I will say that.
It's 2 hours, 6 minutes.
It's not super long. But horror movie, you're kind of used to that 90-minute mark. All horror movies hit 90 to 93 minutes, sometimes 80 minutes. And that's why I was late coming here. And Brad yelled at me. Because I started the movie at 5.
Brad was very
I'll be here in
abusive.
time.
We had shit to do.
I'll be here in time. And nope. It's a 2-hour movie. I didn't look at the time before I started. All right,
I'll go. You need to go last from now on, just because I don't have as much detail. I just kind of breeze through mine, and
I already see your score.
Yeah, I do too.
Good.
Calculator gives it up.
Story, scare factor.
Oh, he has to keep the calculator up.
Just to remember.
Story, scare factor, I gave it a 15 out of 20.
All right.
I kind of jumped between... That one was kind of hard for me to rank. I feel like I ranked it kind of low, but
I get it.
I gave it a solid 15.
Like I said, well, for us in general, we're kind of, like I said, we're all kind of dead inside, right?
Yeah. I mean,
there were scared.
Yeah, I didn't... It was more for the story. I didn't really think there was much scare factor in it. Characterization, I gave that a 20 out of 20.
Good.
I loved all the characters in that movie.
Okay.
Like I said, I think mine was maybe a little low, because like I said, I write these in the middle of it.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I gave anything out of 20 this entire time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right.
But
characterization is definitely like I said, King novels are good at characterization.
Violence and gore, I gave it a 15 out of 20.
Yeah. Seems fair to me.
Yeah. Special effects, I give it a meh.
Yeah, I mean,
I ranked
Met at a 20.
Yeah,
that's a good rank.
I actually gave it a 13 out of 20.
It's not much lower than me. I mean, I'm on the same boat as you, man.
Yeah.
Special effects weren't that great. It's probably the weak. That's the weakest.
I mean, I know it was early in CGI, but I stand strong behind practical effects.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we need to go back to that.
I agree.
X Factor uniqueness of the movie, I gave it an 18 out of 20.
Same. Cool.
When we bust up my calculator, 81 out of 100.
By the way, you can't even see it. You can't even see it. But he presses a button, it's his home screen, and it's 81 out of 100.
It's an 81 out of 100.
81 out of 100.
No, it was a great movie. Very underrated, like Zach said.
Pay no attention to the score behind the sheets.
For all they know, you have a lot written down.
You were so confident. Yup, 81. That's what it says.
We crunch the numbers,
and it's a completely different screen.
I gave it a 1,150 out of a March 30th.
It is late, Brad. Good job. All right, what we got?
All right. Story and scare factor. Give it a 19.
Good. Oh man.
So I love the story. So despite it being a 2-hour movie, for me watching it, it didn't feel like 2 hours.
It only did for me because I was like, I know you guys are waiting on me.
You were on a time crunch. What the fuck was that?
Hair.
Spiders.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I lost track of time watching it. It was really good.
Again, I love the pacing of this movie. It goes back and forth to, the characterization, the sociological aspect of it. There's some.
Me and Boner are playing. Don't worry about it.
And then it goes to some great violence. Every single scene when it gets like heavy with violence, it's entertaining, and then it goes back. I don't know. It's just. I was intrigued the entire time. I couldn't look away.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ranked that pretty high. Characterization, I gave it a 17.
All right.
It had many characters. Some of them were pretty flat.
Yeah.
However, they were very strong with the few that they focused on.
Yeah, definitely. Who was besides Ollie? Who would you say for Thomas Jane, or was that just because you like the actor?
Carmody
was. She was if you
she
hate
was
someone,
the antagonist, and she did a great job at it.
I said the same thing about Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
he's a great actor because if you hate someone that much, you did your job.
I hated her so much, and I'm like, she's awesome.
And you get a sense of relief when she dies. Yeah. That's even better.
Same thing with Negan in Walking Dead. People are like, I hate him so much, but he's so charismatic about it. I gave it a 17.
Cool.
Violence and gore, I gave it an 18.
Man, so far we're almost close.
When you were saying it, I was like, oh, we're pretty on point.
Yeah, I saw him changing it.
Yeah.
Actually, I just want to impress Zach.
No, I actually changed one score, and that was a score before Zach even scored it.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about it after talking about everything. Where was it?
Violence and gore.
Oh yeah, although somewhat scarce. I mean, there was violence in it, but again, the pacing of it.
It's not explicit. You don't see limbs being torn all the time.
Yes, but it's still brutal, and it's one of those like what you don't see kind of things. Yep. Like it's the the implication.
It's the implication. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. But like the unseen is always usually more scary than the scene.
Exactly. Like the final scene where. It shows outside the car. It doesn't show him kill anybody.
Yeah,
but it just
yeah.
It's very poignant to use a fancy word.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to describe as.
I'm now calling poignant a fancy word.
Special effects, I gave it a 17.
Wow, higher than me.
As much as I shit on CGI.
Yeah, apparently.
Like, as we were saying, I don't know how else they could have done it with these kind of.
I get it.
In this situation.
I get it. Because, it's Cthulhu monsters. How do you do that with practical effects?
Yeah. I love practical effects. I thought they did a decent job. And, think about 2007. Yeah. Again, I love the camera angles, like the way they did everything. It was decent. Yeah. I liked it.
Just so you guys know, we're not saying 2007's early CG. We're saying it's like they were still experimenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, the Matrix.
You could
Matrix is early CG.
Look at the mask. That was, 94?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It actually wasn't that bad if you on the rewatch. Like CGI, I mean, it's a great movie.
Yeah,
CGI,
but the CGI,
it wasn't terrible.
No. But for what they did, it was entertaining. It was absolutely entertaining. Like the whole time I was like, okay, this is cool. I wasn't really complaining about the effects that much.
I'm not going to fault you for that. I mean, you're wrong. I'm not going to fault you for it. No.
X Factor uniqueness of the movie, I give it a 19.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
I specifically said apocalyptic creature feature with a notorious twist ending.
Nice.
I loved it.
That was good. That's good.
I give it a 90%. I loved every bit of this movie.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to hug Brad. We're pretty on set. 86. Yes. I agree. For once, I agree.
I mean, after Matt was like, I want to watch this movie, I'm like, I'm going to buy that movie.
It's a great movie. Like, I think I was thinking, I'm like, I scored this a little low. I had to actually bump some stuff up because I'm like, when I was at the end, I was like, this is a really good movie. 86 is low to me.
Yeah.
But, I just couldn't justify. I think maybe if I bumped the X Factor up.
So I think we can give this our seal of approval.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if the average is math, 81, 90, 86. I'm going to go ahead and ballpark it and say the average is, and the real number hopefully will be on the screen.
Yeah.
Don't take my thunder. That's all I got. That's all I got in life. 85. I don't know. Yeah, 85.
85.
But hopefully the number
Wait, hold
on.
on. Is it 85 and a half?
Yes. 85.165. Exact numbers, Timothy. When he's editing this. Yeah, so great
Very
movie.
decent score.
Good movie.
That's a good score.
I do want to put out before we close out. I want to do a post, like a poll for those who watch it. Do you prefer this style where it's a little bit more laid back and loose, where you don't really go step by step in the movie and we kind of just talk about different...
I like that better.
I personally liked it better.
Because there are some things we didn't touch on.
Yeah, but I think it's good because watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
Cretins.
Yeah.
Especially this one.
Yeah.
I mean, we focus on the key points of that are worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, great movie.
We ruined the ending.
Yeah, we did ruin the ending. So hopefully,
but we had to.
Hopefully, I'll put a little spoiler warning, give you guys some heads up because this probably be posted not till later this week.
3-4 months from now.
Yeah. But we did warn them that they should watch it before listening to this episode.
So I'll put a thing to remind people now, days before this goes on. Watch The Mist.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I don't think we've done that yet. I don't think we've actually told people to watch it before actually listening to us.
Sometimes I do. It's been a while. I've been busy. Shut up, social media, who doesn't talk to me. We got some followers. I'm slowly working on Twitter followers. Turns out it's like an STD. You follow someone, they follow you back.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a whorehouse. I mean, like, I want that one, that one, that one, that one, and like 2 will follow you back after 100 follows.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah. It follows.
That's what it's about.
I just got it.
Oh my god.
That 1980s. Takes place in the 80s. That's what it's about.
It's about Twitter. That's what it's about.
I'll post a poll. Tell us what you think. Those who watch it, please give us feedback. We love feedback. I personally, I know Matt.
Has anyone given us feedback yet?
No. I personally liked it. I know Matt liked it. Brad, what do you think? Do you like this way better or more structured?
I liked it.
I think it's better. I think it's more natural.
We're slowly evolving.
Yeah. We're evolving. We're getting better. I actually like this episode. I know we say this all the time, but this is a good episode. I actually like this episode.
This was a good... Yeah, I don't think we were on our
We agree this is a good episode.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're letting...
smell my own fart.
We're letting you know.
Oh, yeah, it's a good episode. It's a good episode. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We're going to try to keep on more content, more than just podcasts, little short, little funny videos, teasers.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And
we're also going to keep on mongering.
Are we going to keep on mongering?
We're always going to keep on mongering.
All right, so on 3, we're going to say it. Let's do it on the same time. On 3. 1, 2, 3. On 3. Keep on mongering.
And I get the last word.
Hey,
Tim, make sure I get the last word.
You guys want some chips?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
let's
sure.
Let's talk about the episode, get some chips.
Yeah, I got some chips.
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good.
We get those.
Yeah.
By the way, have you guys ever heard of an organization called the Hitler's Youth?